Hi everybody, this is Leo, and we are going to do the bouncing ball with decay and horizontal. So that means instead of doing the vertical, no decay, this is the horizontal. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. Bounce, 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 and then roll to a stop. So first of all, we're going to start off in the same way, step by step. I'm going to take you, you're going to make one layer, and that layer is going to be your ground plane. You could do as elaborate as you want, but sure, you can do that. Take your time on doing a ground plane, but look I just did a real simple one. I just want to get the basics done, so I would recommend at first just doing the basics until you start getting the hang of it. Now the ball is going to come from the left of the screen, and it's going to bounce about 3 times until it rolls off, and each bounce is going to have less and less bounce in it, right? That's the way naturally something would bounce. If you threw a ball, it would eventually come to a stop. So the next thing, I'm going to make a different layer, and I'm going to draw my ground planes. Now my ground plane, not ground plane, guidelines. My guidelines are going to show the arcs of the ball and the direction the ball is going into. And notice each arc is a little bit smaller than the last one until it comes to a roll. Then I'm going to draw my balls in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at all the important parts. And I'm going to remind myself that it's going to slow up as it reaches the very pinnacle of that arc, and then it's going to start slowing down as it gets to the very end till all the energy is worn out. So I'm going to copy that ball, and the first one that I did, and I'm just going to put it, see how small the balls were at the end? So I'm going to go ahead and put it all around on my guidelines to make sure that the balls are all staying the same size. So that copy and pasting really helps. Of course, if you have a light table, if you're doing it on paper, you can just trace it and put it back there. Then I'm going to just draw some blue guidelines to keep an eye on it. Now I just want to show you how loose and just quick and gestural I'm being about all of this. And it's just, I'd much rather you be quick, fast, and messy and just try to get the basics of this bouncing ball. Okay, so I've done a ground plane. I'm doing my guidelines right now. So just label your layers, and remember at the top of it is when the ball is going to slow down, and it's going to go fast as it drops and going to go fast as it bounces and goes back up in the air. Okay, so if you can remember those things, that will help. Okay, so first I'm just going to practice a little bit on that ball, make sure I get the right shape right, and then I'm going to start drawing that ball. Now I'm just going to go ahead, straight ahead. I'm not going to go pose to pose on this, and I'm just going to go straight ahead into it and draw one drawing after the other. Don't really know how it's going to go or where it's going to end because I'm doing straight ahead. I'm remembering to keep the balls bunched up at the top, and look at that huge space. See, if they're bunched up there at the top, and then I have a big space there because it's going to accelerate. It's going to go very fast. Then it's going to hit the ground, and it's going to squash, and then it's going to have a big space because it's going to move fast at that moment, and it's going to stretch, and then it's going to slowly go into the position of the ball slowing down at the top, and then it's going to pick up some speed and go back down again. I'm just continuing to animate, remembering the rules. As the ball goes up, it will start to slow down. It will hover just a little bit at the pinnacle of that arc, and then as it goes down, it will continue to pick up speed. Now, here's a new thing though, where before we did the ball with no decay, that means that it just continually went on a loop up and down, which was unnatural. Now we are trying to do a ball that is a little more natural. So the ball is going to slow down. As it bounces, it will continue to slow down and slow down and slow down until it comes to a complete and total stop. It won't be an abrupt stop though. It won't all of a sudden come like it's hitting a wall and just stop. That'll look bad. So let's take a look at it. Just really quick, and you can see this one actually rolled out of the camera, but you can see that out of the frame, it will come to a stop as it slowly comes to a stop. Try to get your ball to look very slow, like it's just winding down. Get it to bounce, get it to hover a little bit at that top, and that's what you want. This is the bouncing ball, horizontal. That means we're not doing vertical, no decay. So you have this assignment to do and the extreme squash and stretch, and then you got the bouncing balls down.